Look at me, I'm so great. Everybody look at me. How do you spot authentic confidence in somebody's handwriting? Well, it's actually three areas, whereas a lot of traits, especially those of you on the grapho deck cards who read basic stuff on the internet, you're like, oh, it's a high T-bar. People that cross their T-bars high have good self-esteem. Not always true. They have high goals, and that's mostly part of self-esteem. You wouldn't make high goals if you didn't think you can achieve them. So yes, a T-bar on the top, that means high goals. In fact, I started crossing my T-bar when I was 14 because Dr. Walker said, hey, if you do this, maybe you'll become rich and famous. Maybe you will boost your self-esteem. And I did. I needed some help with my self-esteem. So I tried it. But that's not all. I figure actually after I learned the whole structure, there's three areas where you can look at somebody's handwriting or maybe even look at your own handwriting and say, do I have all three pieces of a good, healthy self-esteem? And those three pieces are A, high goals, such as high T-bar. Also, a healthy ego. Now, people use the word ego and they get offended because nobody likes the word ego. Ego, in sort of the Freudian sense, is the sense of who you are. And if you're a small flower in the corner of the room, like, don't talk to me, that's no ego at all. You're going to get pressed on, pressed around. You're going to get abused, basically, because there's a lot of narcissistic people that will just take over. And then you have the other guy that's like the bully. That's also too much ego. That's a big ego. That is, look at me, I'm so great. Everybody look at me. That's also not good. But a healthy ego is essential to good self-esteem. And the most confusing part, especially for you women that are dating men, is that you think people that are confident because they're bold and they're smart and they have great presence, you think their self-esteem is good. Sometimes those people's self-esteem is really bad, but they have a big ego. So ego and narcissism and pride can mask as confidence. On the schoolyard and the bully and in sports, these guys have great ego. So yeah, they're confident in that context. But what I'm talking about is the kind of confidence that goes in relationships, in business, and goes long after the playing field. The third thing is how you make your personal pronoun I. This really applies mostly to those of you that grew up speaking English, because I was taught since you were in third grade or second grade, I love flowers. That capital I means me. In French, it's je. So the I doesn't count so much if you grew up speaking French. Spanish, je, that doesn't count. But if you grew up speaking English, and that's your first language, look at the letter I. If it's really large, that helps with the sense of self, sense of purpose. If it's really small, it means, you can push me around. I'll sit in the back of the bus. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Pass me over. So those three combinations, the personal pronoun I, the large sort of signature, that would be like ego. The bigger the signature, especially the B, like mine is Bart, Baggett, the big B's, that's sense of ego. And then not the signature show, but the first letter. And then finally the T. So those three things together make an authentic, high self-esteem. And if you don't have one of those three, just add it. You know, if it doesn't work, so what? There are hundreds of ways to build your self-esteem. I think everyone should research that if you grew up with some insecurities or you got bullied or you had some trauma, because you want to love yourself. And loving yourself includes both ego and high goals and the sense of certainty that you can do it, and then the sense of self-love that you deserve it. My name is Bart Baggett. You're watching Handwriting University channel. Like and subscribe for more cool content like this, psychology, success, a little bit of forensics, occasionally some fraud and stuff, but we're going to get into what makes you tick. And that's what I do every week on this channel.